The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel. We are here to help you see the new you. My name is Lloyd Luna and this is The Big Picture. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, wherever you're watching from around the world, good evening from the beautiful Philippines. Very happy, very excited. Because tonight is the night. I will have to speak in English again. Welcome everyone. Maraming salamat sa pagtutok, Sir Armand Benko and Marvin Francia, Austria. Are you in Gumaca? How are you? July 29, it's Wednesday. How is your day? Medyo maulan po, so kailangan mag-ingat, ha? So all of you are watching tonight, please do share our live stream link, and also if you can organize your own watch party, please do so we can have some more people tuning in to this program. Episode for tonight is extra special, I should say. If you have comments, questions, or suggestions, you can also write them down below the stream. Our comment stream is there. So that we can answer questions if ever you want us to answer your questions. It's a rainy day today, but I hope everybody's safe, your family is safe. If you're still unable to go home, please be extra careful. And those of you who are already having their dinner, well, let us be your dinner date for tonight. Okay, this is an exciting episode because, I will have to do the interview in English. Things that I normally won't do, but I will have to. Otherwise, there will be no interview, right? So, I don't know what happens if I collapse, but hopefully I won't. My column for tomorrow's Manila Times print edition will come out, and I basically talked about high tech and high touch. This is in the wake of the opening of our classes, which, as you know now, we are being forced to utilize technology in order to move on in opening our classes. But really, I mean, we cannot just depend on technology, because I've heard one school is just giving everything to the parents and let the parents teach. And the only face-to-face meeting that they will have each month is not 2 or 3, but one. So once a month meeting, I don't think it will work, and it should work. I don't know. I mean, we can always be high tech, but we can also be high touch at the same time. Hindi ko po alam sa inyo kung paano yung remote learning na tinatawag, but I don't want it to be really like, kayo na yung bahala dyan. These are the materials and then you teach your kids. I don't think it should work that way. Because even if we use technology, you can still be in touch with people. And that's the very essence of learning, right? This community learning is communal. Everybody learns at the same time. So I understand the restrictions in technology, the limitation of technology, but we should be creative enough for us to be able to still move forward in our education system, while at the same time being creative. And really, the purpose of education is to teach. Okay, and we don't want our parents to just be there and do the entire work altogether. Kiruba Shankar is watching from India. I think he will be one of our speakers on the talk come Monday, 12 noon. So Kiruba, I hope you are healthy now, because I don't know if I can announce this. Kiruba has recovered from COVID-19 and very healthy now, along with his family. I hope you're doing better there in India. And Reina Pillay is also watching. Hello, Miss Reina. We're waiting for your coming to TNC for your new show, huh? Good, so I'm excited. So I don't want to make this really, really long. If you want to know more about my insights on being high-tech and high-touch at the same time, please go to Manila Times website, or if you can grab a newspaper. I don't know if you can grab a newspaper because of the virus, but nonetheless, we have the digital edition. So please go to manilatimes.net, the website, and then look for my article there tomorrow. All right? Hello, Rochelle. In the meantime, headlines from the Manila Times. Senate okays Bayanihan 2. Concepcion pushes localized lockdown. Reopen more businesses, DTI. Face-to-face classes rejected by local governments. VACC backs Duterte on return of death penalty. Manila Customs seizes 187 million pesos in fake cigarettes. An inflation forecast to average 2.3% in 2020. Headlines presented to you by the Manila Times. For more news and information, please go to manilatimes.net or download their application at digitaledition.manilatimes.net. All right, let's go and bring in our guests for tonight. An American actor, Hollywood, who is now staying here in the Philippines because he found his love, the love of his life, in the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, the owner and partner of Pokwang, no, not the owner of Pokwang, the owner of Pokli and partner of Pokwang, Lee O'Brien. Hello, Mr. Lee. Thank you so much for coming to the big picture. Appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it, man. Your English is great. You're doing fine.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I prepared a lot of tissue beside me. So if at all I collapse, please do take over the show.
No worries.
No, but thank you again so much for giving us the time. This is a crazy time, right? I mean, history-wise, this is something that we didn't see coming. But first, how are you doing now after 4 months of being at home? Hopefully, you're at home, being locked down and having a retreat at home 4 months in a row.
It's been an incredible 4 months. They're on so many levels. I think everyone is living with both an uncertainty and like an angst and a ready to get out and get back to normal life. But at the same time, you're sitting there wondering what normal life is. So it's been really interesting. On the home front, we had a lot of our house help go home to their families so they could be together. So we've been just doing our own thing here. We put the business on hold for a little while, just a few weeks, and then we got it back up, and we started working it again. But as for the acting, a lot of that is on hold, and it's a lot of week by week, pronouncement by pronouncement. Whatever quarantine's going on, we have to see if we're actually going to have acting careers anymore. So
we almost all had all Qs, including barbecues, ECQ, GCQ, MCGQ,
Yes.
and barbecue,
Yes.
which we're going to talk
Barbecue's
about.
been
What's the partner of
constant.
barbecue? Yeah, because there must be a partner of barbecue in order for you to enjoy your food. But hold on. We all had our own coping mechanism. The first few days and few weeks, for sure, should have been really challenging for most of
Yeah.
us. How did you cope with the first few days and few weeks of the quarantine? I mean, activities that you did that you probably have not done for the longest time.
Right. Yeah. Like I remember the first few weeks. It was really a lot about. While sitting there wondering, hey, what's going to happen or how's this all going to turn out? It was really a lot of just focusing back in on the family, focusing back in on the house, figuring out our immediate needs, working out food, how to keep up the house, how to keep up, what we knew we weren't really going to be going there. So it was very much a stationary kind of mentality where we kind of just locked in the house and figured out, what it's going to be like living 24 hours a day here. And that was, that it was kind of, in a weird way, it was almost, it kind of it helped the situation in that instead of worrying so much, you take your focus on the immediate needs. We obviously live. The other thing too is, I'm going to straight up say, my family and I live in a very blessed situation, and we don't have as many problems as some other people are dealing with or have been dealing with for the last 4 months. So we were able to focus in on the house and keep it local and really figure out, take our mind off stress with, okay, what do we do for food? How do we do all, those were the main focuses.
Yeah, but these are the things that we really never expected. I mean, of all time in history, this is something like unprecedented. Never happened before. The mobility got restricted. I wonder what were the things that were in the pipeline before the lockdown for you. I'm sure you have so many things going prior to March 15.
Yeah, well, on a personal level, I had a couple of movies set up that I was going to be in, and then there were talks too about guestings on on 2 TV shows, and then of course our business. Our business, we started last November, and we went through like the bazaar season of Christmas. Not bizarre weird, but like the event, the buying bazaars, where that's a lifeline for a lot of small businesses. And then we were coming out into the new year ready to hopefully grow, hopefully expand, hopefully create more products. And the lockdown and the pandemic definitely put everything in check and made us revert and hit the brakes and get focused on very, very immediate needs.
Yeah, I really don't want to focus on the showbiz part, but somehow we're going to touch that part very quickly. But how did you come up living in the Philippines? I mean, first time you came here, when and why?
First here to the Philippines.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
Was it already Pokwang the reason for you to coming over here, or Pokwang was the sideline and became the main theme?
No, I know. Honestly, it was her. We had back in 2014, we had made a movie together called Edsel Woolworth, and in January of 2015, we came out here and premiered it. Well, myself and my one of my co-actors, Americans, we came out and for the premiere. She was already living here, and shortly thereafter the premiere, we started dating, and it was a few months later that I decided to come out to visit. And while I was visiting, I ended up getting cast onto a show on TV5. So I decided to move out here and try my luck at both love and the film industry. So, yeah.
Okay. I wonder what food did Pokwang prepared for you that you decided to stay here.
It was that she was the reason, and it was she's a really great woman. She's a strong woman. I also just had a great time being around this environment with the people that are in her life, and I was also for coming on my end. I was available not just as a partner, but I was also available in the sense that I did not have so many obligations in the States, such as children or previous marriage or things that can keep you from being able to pick up and move across the world. And I also saw it as an opportunity for my career, and it has helped my career as well. But more so, the relationship has been the priority while I come out here.
Yeah. Is acting something that was in your radar when you were still a kid growing up, or it's something that came on later?
So it wasn't on my radar as much as it was in my wheelhouse. It was in my skill set. Growing up, I grew up in California, and then after college, I ended up going on 2 different backpacking trips, one to Europe and one to Central America. And the trip to Central America led me to move to Latin America. And so I spent 10 years in Latin America from about 2000 to 2010. I was living in 4 different countries there. So moving abroad wasn't weird to me. It wasn't scary. And part of me had always had hopes of what if I could, move back abroad again and see what life would be like. I love my country, but I also love being in a new environment, in a new culture, learning a new language, eating different food. It's to me that's a really fun. If you have the opportunity and you can go take advantage of it, to me that's a beautiful way to live life.
Yeah. So it appears like Pokwang was your US, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, she's had a little experience living abroad. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens if she has the ability to move abroad too. But yeah,
gives me an impression that you stay in the Philippines, who the boss is at home.
Yeah, I think I think we're gonna be staying here for a while. It's definitely.
Come on, Lee. Come on, manpower.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Let me check the calendar. Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah. And the movies that you made abroad prior to coming here, most of them, the genre, the type of movies you made.
Yeah. It's, there's so many things to adjust to, especially with the time difference, and then also, the cultural differences and whatnot. But I think it's like really added to the experience. Could have very easily gone to another country where I knew the language, knew the culture, fit in fine. I think kind of those things you have to deal with makes it more of an adventure and makes it more interesting. Definitely keeps you on edge too. Like you don't just settle into a place. You keep aware of what you need to do and how to live. So. Yeah.
I mean, the Philippines is not really that. It's not really that difficult country. If you are coming in here, it's always like you feel at home. Please confirm.
Yeah. Well, one of the good things too is with the Philippines and Filipinos is they have already so much experience with foreigners. Between so many OFWs living abroad that have come back, and then so many Filipinos have ended up moving abroad, and it's kind of like this migrant-esque. It's got not migrant-esque, but it's got migrant movement in its blood and history. So it kind of like knows about foreigners coming and what it's like for a foreigner to live here. And
I'll tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. 500 years of Spain occupation, and then 105 years of American occupation, and then 5 more years of Japanese occupation.
Well, yeah, that's another thing that's very interesting to see the after effects of the Philippines, because the Philippines, like a lot of the culture that gets celebrated about Filipino is pre-Spanish, right? But when I moved here, I was incredibly not taken aback, but I just noticed right off the bat the similarities between here and like Latin America. Both Spanish ruled, Spanish influenced cultures. The bent on Catholicism, the tradition, like the Miss Universe tradition, the family, the knack and tendency for parties and get-togethers. There's a lot of similarities. It just feels like this.
I don't know if you're aware. I don't know if you're aware, but we could have been one of the states of the U.S. back then. I mean, we were about to.
Yeah, right. Like this, technically, it was because of certain political moves. It was all of last century was literally like it was so, even though it operated on its own for many years, there was a lot of influence and a lot of, I find it funny if like a Filipino or someone like in government, wants to say, hey, we want to disassociate with the U.S. It's not that easy. Like Filipinos and Americans are really, really like connected in a lot of deeper ways, and there's already so many Filipinos living there that have patriated there. It's kind of like, you can't just like separate it, like, maybe
for,
other
for some
countries.
people for some people they assume it's easy, but yeah, you're correct. It's not. It's not as easy as it seems. Definitely, it's really deep rooted based on our history. So you cannot just
you
just
can't just get up and leave.
And that to mention that you are now a Filipino. Are you a Filipino now, or Pokwang is an American now? Which is which?
It's definitely, I think it's definitely more me going towards the Filipino side. She's a proud Filipina, so I don't see her getting American on anything. Trust me. Right?
That confirms the boss is Pokwang, ladies and gentlemen. No doubt about this.
Yeah.
No doubt about this.
Yeah.
Okay, so hang on. You started your food business. It's called Pokli. We're going to talk about that in a little while. But before putting up the business, are you already an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I had experience before, starting some businesses, starting some side hustles. I'd also worked in export and international sales back when I was in Latin America, and had run sales offices and stuff down there. So, and then also previously to this, back in December of 2000 or January 2018, we had started our Pokli cooking vlog too. So we were already running that. And then when we started doing the food business, we just kind of, meld them together and use one to promote the other. And, they're both, siblings in our family. And so, the mindset was there. And, another thing that's like living here in the Philippines, and you look across the Filipino entertainment industry, everyone has side businesses, side gigs, side hustles, every single talent, you talk to, because, you never know when, series are going to end, when films are going to go off the air. And in my personal case, foreign actors, we don't, we're we're brought on for a day or two on teleserias and then we're off. So it's even more famine for us. So you gotta get something going to begin with, let alone starting a business that can thrive.
Yeah. I'm going to pause for a very short commercial. And then when we come back, I'm going to ask you the question about your business. So please, everyone, stay tuned. Leo Bryan will not go anywhere. He's stuck inside his house. So we'll be back. Stay
Nowhere to
tuned.
go.
Since I got my new place, I've enjoyed every single day here. Hotel-like amenities, attentive staff, resort-style living, all in a premium location. So life here is easy and convenient. That's why I invested in another unit. I can earn more, and they can enjoy the very same things I enjoy at home. What a life! So much more rewarding. So much more to life. SMDC.
We need beauty every day. We need power every day. Are you ready?
Ready? Ready.
Beauty is power.
Welcome back. You're still watching The Big Picture on the new channel. Your host, Lloyd Luna, with my good guest, good friend. That's what I was saying, good friend, good guest. Old friend. Later on, we're going to to do that. But before I bring in my generous guest for tonight, please do watch our other shows on the new channel. Of course, I am your nightly date, Mondays through Fridays at 7. HR Hotline, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 12. iBusiness, that streams live from Texas and Tennessee, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30. The Fort Project, Wednesdays and Saturdays at 7 p.m. Dubai time. U-Turn, Mondays and Thursdays at 10:30. The Home Buyer, Mondays and Thursdays at 4. And The Puppet Stories with Wanlu, Tuesdays and Fridays at 5. TNC Marketplace streams Thursdays and Fridays at 10. The Talk, Mondays, 12 p.m. And tonight, the world premiere of After Shift with Chino and Trisha at 8:30 p.m. Just have your quick dinner and then go back to the stream, and you're going to see the world premiere of After Shift. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring back our guest for tonight, Lee O'Brien. Hi, Lee.
How you doing, Lloyd?
Perspiring.
This is welcome to the tropics, right?
Yeah, welcome to the tropics. I'm going to read some comments. Watching from Illinois is Angelita. Hello, Miss Angelita. Who else? Saito. Good evening, Sir Lloyd. Wow, new look. Okay, thank you so much, Ernesto, my barber boy, for my hair. When was the last time you had your hair cut, Lee?
We are talking end of January.
End of January. Wow, amazing, right?
Yeah,
Right.
that's the last time. It's been letting it rip ever since. I mean, it's people who are around me a lot know I have much shorter hair, but yeah, feels good as long as it stays out of my eyes.
It's never cut since January.
Since January, yeah, I haven't touched it.
Okay, untouched.
Untouched, yeah. So that's the
Okay,
reality right now.
You're not thinking of asking someone to cut it for you?
I have thought about it, but like, yeah, I kind of like just letting it rock and go. So I think I'm just gonna let it roll, see what happens.
Okay, now we'll have a recorded video with the hair, so that will be the before and after quarantine. Then, okay,
yes.
we have some more comments. I'm going to read some more comments before we go back to the interview. Okay, good evening, KSK SMP Co-op. This must be a cooperative. Hello, how are you, KSK Co-op? And Cholita Plan is watching from Tarlac, it's a province in central Luzon. If you haven't been there, it's an amazing place. It's a rice field. Kate Dalaga Garcia, good evening, Sir Lloyd. Wala pa lang, sir. Good evening, Lloyd. She's an assistant sales director at SMDC, one of our sponsors of the show. Hello, Kate. How are you doing? Okay, who else is there in our comment stream? Okay. Good. So let me ask you the question. Oh, before that, Olivia McKibben, good morning from Virginia Beach, USA. Can you please ask Lee when are they going to bring the products here in the US?
Yes, we have been getting this question quite a bit, to be honest. Right now, we're shooting for the end of the year to be export ready. We still need to get our production up and get the certifications, but that is definitely our goal. So we're definitely finding Virginia Beach, and we want to get them on your doorstep, Olivia, as soon as possible. So look for I'd be safe to say let's go for January 2021. We're going for it.
Okay, but paperworks are already at play. I mean, the permits and things like that.
Yeah, we're in the process right now of getting the certifications. It's just, again, with, the quarantine lockdowns, we had inspections and applications in place. And then, when they locked down everything, the inspectors, not only get backed up because of the backlog, but they're just not visiting as much. So,
Right.
it's definitely something we want to get to for sure.
Yeah. We hope this gets better anytime soon, because I don't know. But okay, this is a very good segue for me to ask the question: why Pok Lee? I mean, and what the kinds of products that you make and sell, and why
Yeah.
that particular segment in the market?
So first of all, the products we sell are we offer suka, we offer 2 styles of alige, crab paste, processed
Wow.
crab paste. Yeah,
Nice.
and then Latin. Yeah, the crab paste. It's funny. Everyone first time they hear it, the first thought going across everybody's mind is cholesterol. And actually, we do preparations and cooking with it, and it's mixed with so many ingredients that the actual serving per serving, or the amount per serving, is less than 5 milligrams. So it's actually very healthy alternative to very other sauces that that you use. But yeah, suka, alige, laing, and then we also have launched tuyo, tinapa, and we're now starting to get into fruit jams. So we have
Wow.
strawberry and pineapple fruit jam. How did Pokely start? For me, it started 5 years ago when I first moved here. Pokwang was invited over to UP Town Center for a celebrity food bazaar. There were a bunch of people there: Enchong Di, Cherry Pie, Juday Santos. They all had amazing products. And so Pokey decides to do her laing and suka. And if you talk to celebrities, you talk to the actors in the industry, and you mention Pokwang's laing, Pokwang's suka, or Pokwang's alige, you make, Piolo Pascual blush, John Lloyd Cruz comes back, OG Diaz, Don Zulueta, Bea Alonso, Enchong Di, go down the line. All these celebrities know about this cooking that she has, and she's had it for years. And so 5 years ago, there was this bazaar at the UP Town Center, and she created these little packs of for 200 pesos of laing, and these little samplers of suka, and
A question.
we sold tons.
Is it Pokwang's favorite laing?
It is, well, it is her favorite, but it is her special laing. It's what she makes for family and friends on special occasions.
Okay, became a business after then.
Yeah, I mean, so 5 years ago we were at the bazaar, and it was selling like hotcakes, and so I just kept mentioning to her, I'm like, babe, you gotta, this is kind of a nice little side business where, people are really liking it. She's like, yeah, and in her defense, she's a very busy woman, between raising kids and
Of course.
having kids, and the TV shows and all the films she does and shows she hosts, and the traveling around the world to do shows.
Lee, it's easy to tell. If she is on TV, she is not at home. I mean, right?
Like
at least the taping, at least the
one of
tape, tape materials.
right. So like starting a business wasn't also a necessity for her. And about a year ago, I kept pushing it with her, and because like I said, we'd started our vlog, and we get on the vlog and we cook a recipe, and everyone in the comments is like, hey, what about your laing? You hear it enough times, you start going, hey, why don't we just offer it to people? And so last year, right before the Christmas bazaar season, we decided to enter into about 3 or 4 bazaars, and we had some nice success, great response from the public. And it's a really nice combination because, first of all, she's a very popular figure in Filipino culture. She's very iconic, but also she makes really good food. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I never thought about it. I've never seen that part in her. It's just now that I'm, that's sinking in that she has that side, and now it's a business that you run. That she runs alongside with you, or you run alongside with her. So you can safely say that after those series of bazaars, that she finally made up her mind to finally make this an official business.
Yeah, because she saw the response too, and understood, hey, this is a very viable option. And as well, just going back to that belief that if you look around the entertainment industry, like a lot of really, really talented people throughout the industry are doing side businesses and have other businesses working, because it's not always consistent work. You shoot a film, you go on set for 1, 2, 3 weeks max, and then you're off, and maybe it could be months. You need ways to support the family, you need ways to thrive. And in her case, she loves cooking, so she's just doing what she does. She's just second nature for her.
Yeah. So this is a partnership, husband and wife. Mostly in the operations part, is it you or Pokwang? What's the part of each one?
I oversee most of the operations, like the administrative and the business establishment and operations function. When it comes into like the specifics of taking care of the food processing and whatnot, that's where she comes in and handles a lot of it. So I handle a lot of the marketing, a lot of the legal matters, a lot of the business admin, financial, management. And then when it comes into the cooking and whatnot, we have various people that we have, not various people, but we have a team that we have come to the house occasionally, and they do the cooking and preparation, and she oversees that, works directly with them on that.
What's the hardest part in 5 years since you started this?
Well, that's the thing. Actually, we started this technically last November. I've had the idea for 5 years. For 5 years, I've been convinced that she could do this. Like she could, I believed in it for 5 years. It didn't get acted on until last November. Yeah. So we're talking.
Is it? It's longer than it's longer than the time you courted her.
Yeah. It's actually, my belief in her is about the same time as my belief in the company.
I can't imagine how the conversation goes whenever you bring up the issue that, let's make it a business, and it runs for more or less 5 years.
Yeah. Well, I've been convinced. I didn't waver. I knew, it was something that could definitely catch on, that could have some success.
It's 5 years.
It's 5 years. No, trust me. It's we humans can go through things for a long time, and then finally things can come about to change and make it happen. And I'm just really glad it did, because I obviously saw the benefits early, and I think she did too. But in fairness, like if you're busy and focused on your career, the side gig, just doesn't click, and I'm sure I'm sure there's many things you've done where, you're like, geez, I wish I'd started this 8 years ago or 10 years ago. Yeah, but they happen in due time sometimes,
And food business is something that will require your full attention. I don't know if you're going to agree, but food
totally,
business,
and in fairness, during the first 3 of the 5 years before we had our daughter Malia, I was full time, focused on the acting and whatnot. So I really didn't, have the focus to do it, or my focus wasn't on it. And then once we had Malia, we all just kind of slowed down and started focusing on our daughter. And that probably played a factor in it. That definitely was a reason why we started the vlog, was because we had all this time. And if you're, especially in Pokwang's case, if she was pregnant at the time, there's the pregnancy period, and then there's the postpartum. There's time where you're not going to be able to go on set. So what are you going to do? You're not going to sit there, and she's, passionate, energetic person. She needs to be doing something. So
whose idea is vlog? I mean, the first vlog.
The first vlog, I take credit. I mean, I pushed it. I knew she could cook. I knew she, obviously could go on camera and do something. So, and it was easy. And, right around that time, that was late 2017. At that point, there was a couple of other celebrities starting up their vlogs, and vlogging was becoming kind of a household, term. And so we figured, hey, why don't we go in there? And we've never, we've added to the production value over the last year. But before that, we really wanted to just do the raw, self-filming, homemade recipes and style. Like, not huge production value, but we're getting there. We're actually upping our production value quite a bit.
And I think that kind of content really sells. I mean, the raw, authentic, unfiltered, right? I mean, people follow those things because most of the time, if an actor and actress in front of the camera, basically it's playing a role, but
Right.
this side that they don't normally see, so they got it. So the vlog, how many views has it been generated since then?
I don't know what total views are, but we're up around about 420,000 subscribers, and we generate anywhere. I don't know what our view average is these days. I think it's about 150, 200,000 views per video.
But you realize it can also be a business in itself, right? I mean, YouTube monetization.
Totally. Yeah, and we don't shy away from promoting our food business on there. Like we, figure, hey, if we're going to give you a menu, if we're going to give you a recipe, you might as well throw our product on top of it. And here's how,
Yeah, exactly. It will not work if it's not our products,
Yeah, I mean, like we used to joke about how we, do these vlogs, with absolutely no brands on them because we weren't being sponsored, and we were just like, hey, why don't we just do no name? I think we actually did a sardine pasta ad, video where we're like, hey, no name, joking about not being a branded content. Now we're like, we're going to put Pokely in just about every single video. We don't care because you know what? We not only believe in our product, but we know people love it. Like I'm a Cano. Like if I'm sitting here loving the Laing Suka, Aligue, Tinapa, it's got to be pretty good because we're not the Canos, the Americans. We're not a vinegar Laing crab paste culture.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So if I'm liking it, I know you're gonna like it.
Yeah, Laing is one of my favorites too. So I hope one day I can have your Laing.
Well, we know some people. We can help you out with that.
Please do. My address. Okay, but the first few struggles when you first launch it, production, people, manpower, marketing, I'm sure no problem about that. But the greatest challenge of a startup in your particular case, not to mention you convincing her to put up this business, but when you want to put it out. That was one challenge. But no, I think the biggest challenge is maintaining coverage of all the different areas that a business requires. We're talking about keeping up the marketing while keeping up, administrative, care of, all the products and the inventories that you have, the supply chain that you got, distributing out, all the while doing that and getting it up off the ground and getting the name known so people actually know what you're doing. And then from there, being able to, dream. Well, like I feel like sometimes you're very much like in the ocean, and you're bobbing and the waves are coming up high and you can't see the horizon sometimes. And then you get up and you can see way out on the horizon and dream what, possibly it could become. And, we have dreams for this, and we hope it can become something successful and something that a lot of people can enjoy. Someone like Olivia in Virginia Beach, we seriously hope she can be sitting in Virginia Beach and eat this product and have a good time and share it with her friends. But like right now, we need to get the pillars in place so that we can get that product to her house. And so I think the biggest part is, getting a grip on all the different areas. We're doing such things as like lab testing the product because we deal with a perishable item, getting in, making sure our marketing's on top, keep your social media posts up. That's a huge tool right now everyone's using. Stay in your social media vibes, because social media is a beautiful tool and it's an amazing, amazing vehicle, but there's a lot of people on it. You have to fight for time. But things have become complicated because of what happened now. So when we come back, I'm going to ask you questions about your strategy because this happened. I mean, the opportunities that we were seeing during
Great.
this pandemic, and we're going to have a little game when we come back. Are you in?
All right. I'm in. Let's play.
The big picture will return. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're still watching The Big Picture on the new channel. Hello, Sir Barbie Atienza, Pikesman Nalili, Chino Ahoro will be hosting after shift, 8:30 p.m. ang kanilang premiere tonight. Bagsi Ancheta is also watching along with Hani Den Magalona, Lara Diana, Dante Salamat, Erwin Manansal, of course, Joshua Ramos, and Kel. Lorena is watching. Okay, looking forward on seeing other products on our Asian market shelves here in Virginia Beach. Cannot wait, sabi ni Olivia said. Doc Mike Chua is also on the stream from Martin, Tennessee. All right, very good. I'm going to bring in my very generous special guest, Lee O'Brien, American actor, husband of the legendary Pok Wang, and also the CEO of Pok Lee product. I'm saying it in advance. You know? Pok Wang is already a legend. I don't know if you can appreciate that. Everybody appreciates that.
I think so.
Okay, before I
I
ask
think
you
she's my class.
some tough question. Yeah, she is. She is. Before I ask you a tough question that involves algebra, geometry, and calculus.
Yes.
No, no question mathematics. No math questions. Let's play a game. Lee, are you in?
Let's do it. Gabe.
Okay. All right, this is what you call big and small. If you prefer an item to be small, you say small. If you prefer to be large, you say, or if you prefer to be big, you say big. All right, first item, milk tea.
Small.
Okay. Coffee,
Big.
car,
Big.
house,
Big.
family,
Big.
banana,
Ooh. Sorry to all the senoritas out there, but yeah, the big banana. Yeah, all the way.
all right. Credit limit in credit cards.
Oh, go big. Yes. Credit limit. Yes.
Yeah.
Go big.
Planet in the solar system.
Yeah, you might as well be big. Yeah.
Bed.
Big. Yes. Please.
Okay. Wristwatch.
Small.
Okay. Now, if heaven is true, except from your family members and myself, the host, who do you want to take to heaven if you are to go up there now?
Wow. Good question. Except for family members.
Yes. And myself. Many
And
people
you.
want to,
Yeah.
many of my guests, they want to take me, and I said, no, I can't do that.
I'd need to take. Who would I take? Well, there's my girlfriend. Obviously, I got to say her. But if she's considered family, then I'd need someone like Dave Chappelle or Joe Coy to keep me entertained.
Okay. No problem.
Funny guys.
Okay. If you were a barber, whose celebrity in Hollywood would you like to cut hair?
Oh gosh. That's a great question.
Come on, Angelina Jolie.
She's got some nice hair to cut.
Ernesto by Barber Boy.
Let's go with Dwayne Johnson because it would be
Okay.
just easy. You don't have to do anything.
You don't cut the hair if someone doesn't have a
No,
hair.
just hang out, get a workout in. That's it. Yeah.
All right. Okay. In fact, clever answer. You are a gym instructor. Whose political leader you're going to train in the gym?
Who's the political leader?
Donald
Like which
Trump.
which country? I don't think Trump would follow any of my training. That's the problem.
That's another issue, of course.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick someone who would actually I train.
Easy to train. You mean?
I don't think I could train a world leader. They don't listen.
Okay, I'll pick someone, a local leader, if you know of someone.
Who would I train? I think who seems like who'd be a cool cat would be Vico Soto. He seems like a cool dude.
Okay, good. Nice selection.
Yeah, that's a local leader.
If you were an astronaut, who do you want to take to the outer space?
Taking Pokey. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we're
last
going-
question. Last question. If you have all the money in the world, which company are you going to buy?
If you have all the money, that's a good one. Let's go something like Facebook.
Okay. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for playing the game, Lee. Enjoyed it.
That
Enjoyed it.
was fun. Those are unique
Thank you.
questions. Right on.
Thank you for being a good sport, really.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
I know
I
it's
liked it.
nonsense, but I hope you enjoyed it.
No, it's all good. I liked it.
But I
Thank
was
you.
able to profile you based on your answers, by the way. So this is psychology.
I was gonna say I was waiting for the what's the double picture thing, and I was just like, all right.
Anyway, okay, let's come back because we are running out of time. Now that we are in a pandemic, what strategies do you have in place? The things that you do in business that you couldn't haven't done prior to pandemic. I mean, where are you taking Pokely now that we are in this crisis?
Yeah, the two things I can think of are, first of all, on the social media front, one huge step has been the messaging apps, the WhatsApp, the Vibers. These are whole new areas of conversation and business that have really helped the situation, and they allow you to directly communicate with people, but also create groups. So that's been a very, very great avenue to plug on top of social media. And then also here in the Philippines, what I thought was amazing during the pandemic was with the issue of supply chains being cut down and people not being able to get access to the resources. There's a lot more people that have been able to go farm direct. We actually launched our two fruit jams, strawberry and pineapple, because we just started connecting with pineapple and strawberry growers that had supplies and they weren't able to move it, and we were able to connect with them and their distributors, and those have been two of the big steps we've taken is new social media avenues, and then also going farm direct.
Right. And then my final question for tonight, despite the happenings that we're seeing all over the place, some people are still disoriented, confused, difficult times really. What's the big picture?
The big picture, I think, is that I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's definitely a lot of problems going around, and there's a lot of people that are in really rough situations. And I think what's happening is that a lot of the social systems and the preconceived notions of how things should operate and function are being really put into question. Not only were we seeing failures in, sometimes in supply chains, in processes, online processes, sometimes in government response, but we're also seeing, like, on a personal level, like people are stopping their normal life and actually having to see what's going on and how they're going to have to adjust. I think the virus will get contained or get controlled in some way. I think also I've seen a lot of, and I can speak for Filipinos because I'm here on the ground in the Philippines. I've seen a lot of Filipinos respond really well to the crisis, pick up new businesses, start new ways and hustles to, keep their family and themselves afloat. And they've also, reached out, and there's an interconnectedness that wasn't before. People have really taken an affinity to reaching out, making new connections, making new methods of doing things. Because, the Philippines to begin with was a place that has a lot of traditional ways of doing things already set in stone. And I think people have kind of had their foundations moved and they kind of had to adjust. And so I think people are going to overcome this. I think it's a question of definitely staying focused on, I think a lot more of the people in the public need to see benefits and need to get some help, especially from the government and the private sector. And then the people can advance and actually move on to very, I think, better systems of business, better systems of communication, better systems of societal function.
All right, very practical insights there, Lee. Invite them. Where can they get in touch with you? You have an Instagram, Facebook account.
Absolutely. Come on to Instagram or Facebook. We're at Pokely Food Products. You can come on there. We'll direct message you there, or you can communicate with us through DM, and we can get you hooked up with some of our products. For now, we are going throughout the Philippines. We ship throughout the provinces, and we deliver with the delivery services here in Metro Manila. And as we mentioned to our good friend Olivia out in Virginia Beach, by next year, we're looking to get to exporting. So bear with us, world. We will get to you too. We definitely have you on our mind.
Definitely. They cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'll send you my address.
Game. We got you, Lloyd.
Thank you so much, Lee, for this opportunity. Thank you for your really generosity for making time for this interview. You really inspired us and our stream viewers here tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time, Lloyd, and I appreciate you having me here.
Yeah. I hope you enjoy the interview. It's an hour. Now we are extended to
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I had a great time, and I appreciate it. I like the topics too. I'm glad we're talking about these kind of things. You know, it's a nice break, but it's also a nice way to start looking forward. So I think it's a great space here, and congratulations on the show.
Okay, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Lee O'Brien, not only husband of Pokwa, but also the CEO of Pokely Food Products. Have you enjoyed our discussion for tonight? Come on, bring me my tissue. Thank you so much sa lahat po ng mga tumutok. The Big Picture is presented to you by Puzzlebox BPO Inc., also sponsored by SMDC, Unisol, Luluran, Telepreneur, Step Back, Creative Voices, PAPS, and PALP. I'm going to see you again tomorrow. Miguel Ramos of IPB will be my guest. So please stay in the stream. Next, the world premiere of After Shift with Chino and Trisha will happen 8:30. So a few minutes from now, we're going to launch After Shift. See you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Your host, Lloyd Luna, The Big Picture. Always stay safe. Good night. Bye-bye.